Tonight is Wednesday, June the 7th, 2023. It's about 9:05 p.m. I'm here in front of the Mississippi County Detention Center in Charleston, Missouri. I'm out here for a reason because about a year or so ago, a friend of mine, son was found. He died up in here for lack of medical treatment. His dad said. About a year or so ago, a captain here by the name of Barry Morgan was arrested by the Illinois State Police for battery connected to a prisoner and official misconduct. He was able to get away with the official misconduct. I went down to Johnson County in Vienna, Illinois, where the judge and the special prosecuting attorney allowed him to plead guilty to just a plain battery, where he just not have the greater charge. But now I went to go get a newspaper, the Enterprise Carrier that's here in Charleston, Missouri, and they all sold out every place. And I found out why. One of my sources, part of my Underground Railroad, R, Raymond Research and Recovery, told me that the head jailer, the administrator here at the Mississippi County Detention Center, and his wife, who was a nurse here, both has been arrested and in the headlines in the newspaper. Something is wrong with that. Something is wrong that the federal government need to come down here and check out what's going on in here. But this ain't the only place, but I got someplace else I want to go with the people that runs Fresh Start Performance Centers. I'm gonna leave for right now. I don't want them to think I'm somebody that's plotting to do anything around here, but there's something wrong here, y'all. And I ain't looking down on all sheriff deputies and things, because everybody ain't crooks. And the ones that was arrested, the jailer and his wife, they innocent until proven otherwise. I'm in front of the C.F. Bowen Center now, here in Charleston, Missouri, a place that I'm banded from. But I want you to see this truck here. This is a Fresh Start Performance Center van. You see where it's parked at. This late night. It's kind of shocking that it's parked here this late at night. In the performance center is said to be located at 308 North Main Street in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, and the other one, Fresh Start Performance Center in Corp, is supposed to be located at 604 Paul Street in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. One in the white neighborhood and one in the black neighborhood. The one on 308 North Main Street is in the white neighborhood, and 604 Vine is here on the west side of town, the southwest side. But I want y'all to look at some of the people that's hired by the president and CEO of this place. I think it was last year or maybe the year before. It might have been last year in February, when 16 people were shot and 12 young ladies lost their life. May they rest in peace. Maybe the other 14 that was shot and wounded, may they heal, may justice be done. But one of the guys that this a pre-start person had, when they had a lot of us, when I wasn't barred from here to speak when the news was here, they had this guy saying that he was telling the news he's a mentor for the children, teaching them basketball and things like that. This guy being in and out of prison, using drugs, and I give people thumbs up when they come out and change their life. But this same individual, I go to the courthouses every Wednesday when they have court here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. And his name was called, but they told the judge, he's in the Missouri Department of Corrections on a violation of parole for some cases that he caught in Cape Dorado, Missouri. But this is the type of people that this guy here hire. He hire people where he can give them like $50 he was giving me. But I ain't on drugs, but I'm highly educated. But I did it to go undercover on the investigation that people told me how he was doing them. He got these free lunch places. I told y'all, I gave you all the addresses of the projects he gave me. Now, some of the people that's serving the stuff for him is good people, but they don't know they being underpaid by this individual. This individual probably got $80,000 or $90,000, and I'm helping the federal government investigate it, and I think he only got one new van. You see all the property that he buying around here? You seen the one he buying for his daughter up there right next to the police station on the northwest side, not too far from his so-called other center on Main Street, but it's his house. I'm just showing y'all what's going on here. He's connected with these individual law enforcement officials that's getting locked up. He's connected with the corrupted. He's connected with the corrupted law enforcement officials. All of them ain't corrupted now. All the deputies and all the police is not corrupted. But y'all just pay attention. Tell them to show that guy, ask him where that guy at that helps the people with the basketball. They have to go down to the Missouri Department of Correction and take the kids down there. He said he'd take them on field trips, take them down there. I'm gonna finish this off by saying, like I said before, all the police here in Charleston, Missouri is not bad police. All the sheriff deputies is not bad sheriff deputies. Everybody in City Hall is not bad. And I don't look at all whites as being racist or unjust. Just like I don't look at all blacks being for the black community. But what I done showed y'all earlier, you see, all these newspapers all of a sudden sold out. But when it's another person other than law enforcement officials that's accused, see, when you're accused, that don't mean you're guilty. When they're accused, you have stacks of paper, newspapers. But everywhere I went, they were sold out. But the same thing I want y'all to do is I want y'all to just look into the things that I'm speaking about. Especially with this sheriff department, with some of the things that been happening there. You know, where is these leaders? The NAACP, they don't care about this here. You see, the NAACP here in Charleston, Missouri, for years, they were saying negative things about me. If the shoe fit, wear it. Not all of them, but this guy that's the president and CEO of Fresh Start Performance Centers. For years, he was telling people that I rape kids, but he couldn't show nowhere where I ever been accused or even did it. But if you look at what he's doing now, you see what I'm saying? Look at what he's doing now. The people that he hired, some of them, like I said, the one that he had mentoring the children after he had been in and out of the penitentiary 2-3 times for the same thing, drugs and stealing. Drugs and stealing. How could you be a mentor for a child? He don't want people like me or other people that people can be role models. That's why these black kids is in our black community throwing eggs at people like me, because I'm trying to wake them up. They ain't gonna throw them at the drug addict that's teaching them, mentoring them. They ain't gonna throw them at this individual that say he's the president and CEO of the a Fresh Start Performance Center. Fresh Start Performance Center, we seen he done had one of them removed, 308 North Main Street. He done had that removed. You know why? Because that's where him and his household live at. It ain't no performance center there. It ain't no performance center at 604 Paul Street. You see what I'm saying? That's another one of the houses that he had. I bet he ain't gonna name 603 Lee Street, where it's been boarded up for I don't know how long, where he getting all the money from the black communities, but he had Mexicans fix the roof. And I ain't got nothing against Mexicans, because my oldest granddaughter is Mexican. And if she wasn't, I wouldn't have nothing against the Mexicans from doing it. Then he hired all whites to fix the house up. You see what I'm saying? Now he got some blacks over on the white side of town fixing up that big house that he finna let his daughter live in. You see what I'm saying? Daisy Hall, the one that got on there and said, people sick and tired of me in Charleston, Missouri. No, they sick and tired of her and her daddy. Using these blacks on these food programs, giving them little or nothing. While her daddy buying up everything, but you can't take none of that. I ain't never seen a hearse go to the cemetery when we die, because all of us got to die one day. I'd rather die standing up for this black community and any other community that people's voice is not being heard than to sit here and misuse and abuse government funds for myself. Now y'all just take a look at it. You see, I don't need to use Google really, because my daughters know everything. You know, I got an organization underground called RRR, Raymond Research and Recovery. Listen, we done found out that this mentor for the kids in the basketball that this CEO and president of Fresh Start had on the news, talking to the news, talking about what he doing for the kids. You can't do that in the penitentiary. Parole violation and waiting on other cases. Look at some of the people that he have work for him. Look at himself. He on his own committee. I'm going to leave it at that there. Peace, be still. Wake up, black community. I forgot to say one other thing. All these people that I'm talking about, black and white, if the shoe fit, wear it, that been doing these unjust things to me and my daughters and our property, our house and our car. The one female that was living down the street, down there, living off a friend of mine, her and her daughter, wasn't paying no rent, but they had criminal charges on him, where he couldn't even live in his own house. And when he come to ask me for knowledge, free knowledge, she said out of her mouth, oh, you down there talking to Raymond, he effing his daughters. In other words, she's saying I'm having sex with my daughters. But yet, her and her daughter misusing this guy. He moved from here, moved to another place, and they went down there. But guess what? Today, she reaped what she sowed. Today, karma came back on her. Today, her and her daughter's no longer living in there. They can't live off of this man free no more. God sent somebody there to get them up out of there. Now, let her say that I'm doing what she said I was doing before. Now, what I want her to do is show how you gonna be able to take care of you and your daughter. You ain't working. You've been to Susanna Wesley. Susanna Wesley don't want to help you. You've been to Arkansas and other places doing the same thing. Every time y'all do something or say something negative about me and my daughters, God turn it around on you. Now, what I used to tell y'all, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. The rabbit got the gun. I watched the police when they had your stuff outside in the streets. All you had was 2 mattresses without a frame. You used that brother because he had a kind heart. And God got tired of you. Now where you and your daughter staying at night?
Now what you need to worry about, who effing you and who effing your daughter. Peace be still.